Have you ever wondered if something as simple as what you eat before bed could quietly work through the night, helping you wake up with clearer vision and a sharper memory? It sounds almost too good to be true, but sometimes nature hides its most powerful medicines in the smallest, simplest forms. I'm Dr. Brian, and welcome to Channel Ageless Garden. For over 30 years, I've helped older adults rediscover energy, focus, and health through gentle, natural habits that truly work with the body, not against it. Tonight, I want to share something extraordinary with you, a small bedtime ritual that has changed the mornings of countless seniors I've met. It's about three humble dry fruits you probably already have in your kitchen. When eaten the right way before bed, they can nourish your brain, comfort your eyes, and bring you a peaceful night's repair from the inside out. As we age, two silent companions often walk beside us, blurred vision and a fading memory. It starts subtly, misplacing your glasses, squinting at the evening news, forgetting small details that once came easily. These changes aren't just signs of age. They're symptoms of oxidative stress, a quiet buildup of damage from free radicals that attack our most delicate tissues, the eyes and the brain. Over time, these invisible intruders drain clarity, energy, and focus. But here's the good news. The same natural forces within our food can help defend and rebuild what time and stress slowly erode. Let's begin with the first of nature's quiet healers, the almond. I often call it the memory nut because its influence reaches deep into both mind and vision. Long before laboratories existed, traditional healers from India to the Mediterranean praised almonds as food for wisdom and sight. And modern science has caught up. Almonds are among the richest natural sources of vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that shields nerve cells from wear and tear. Think of vitamin E as a soft, invisible armor that protects the brain's delicate wiring and the retina's sensitive cells from oxidative damage. When you eat almonds, you're not just snacking. You're delivering nourishment directly to the body's command center. The brain is about 60% fat, and every cell inside it depends on protection from free radicals. Without enough antioxidants, those fats go rancid, like oil left too long in the sun. Vitamin E keeps that from happening, preserving the clarity of thought, reaction, and memory. One study published in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease found that diets high in vitamin E were linked to slower cognitive decline in older adults. What that means in real life is that a small, consistent habit, just a handful of almonds, may literally help you remember names, stories, and moments that matter most. Now, almonds also care for the eyes. Inside your retina, millions of cells capture light and color every second you're awake. Those cells are constantly under attack by oxidative stress. Vitamin E steps in like a shield, protecting them from the little sparks of damage that cause dryness, blur, or strain. Over time, that protection translates into comfort, eyes that don't feel gritty or tired after reading, and mornings that begin with clearer vision. But almonds have another secret. They work best when softened by water. I tell my patients to soak 5 or 6 almonds overnight. The water loosens the skin, reduces compounds called tannins, and makes digestion smoother, especially for older adults. It's like unlocking the nut's nutrition vault. Suddenly, your body can absorb more of the good stuff with less effort. I remember Margaret, a 68-year-old retired teacher, who came to me complaining of constant eye fatigue and foggy mornings. She'd tried eye drops, supplements, even stronger reading glasses. We added soaked almonds to her bedtime routine, along with more hydration. 3 weeks later, she smiled and told me, "My eyes feel awake before I do." That gentle glow she described wasn't magic. It was biology responding to care. So each time you pick up an almond, think of it as a natural nighttime repair tool. While you sleep, its vitamin E and healthy fats quietly rebuild your inner circuits, soothing the eyes and strengthening memory. In a world full of complicated pills and promises, sometimes the simplest acts, like a few soaked almonds before bed, are the ones that bring the body back to balance. If almonds are the protectors, then walnuts are the builders. Every time I hold a walnut in my hand, I can't help but marvel at its shape. It looks just like a miniature brain, with 2 hemispheres, tiny folds, and a protective shell. Nature rarely designs by accident, and in this case, it's a perfect clue. Walnuts are true brain food, packed with omega-3 fatty acids, especially a plant-based form called alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA. These healthy fats keep the brain's cell membranes supple and strong, helping signals move faster and thoughts stay clear. Imagine your brain as a bustling city of lights, with billions of neurons sending messages back and forth. Omega-3s are like the electrical wiring that keeps that city glowing. When the supply runs low, as it often does with age, the lights begin to flicker. You may feel it as forgetfulness, trouble concentrating, or low moods. Walnuts help restore that flow, feeding the neurons exactly what they need to communicate with clarity and confidence. For your eyes, these same omega-3 fats play a calming role. They reduce inflammation and dryness, two of the biggest complaints I hear from older adults. The thin tear film that protects your eyes depends on healthy fats, and walnuts help replenish that layer, keeping the surface smooth and comfortable. There's also melatonin inside each walnut, a natural sleep-supporting compound that tells your body it's time to rest. When eaten before bed, walnuts not only nurture the brain and eyes, but also help you drift into deeper, more restorative sleep. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging showed that seniors who regularly ate walnuts performed better on memory and reasoning tests compared to those who didn't. That's not coincidence, it's chemistry at work. The omega-3s, antioxidants, and melatonin in walnuts work like a three-part symphony, tuning your body's nightly rhythm of healing and renewal. Let me share a story about Harold, a 72-year-old carpenter who'd spent decades squinting under harsh workshop lights. He came to me complaining of dry eyes and restless nights. His diet was low in healthy fats, so we added 2 walnuts before bed, along with better hydration. 6 weeks later, he told me, "My eyes don't burn anymore, and I'm sleeping straight through." The sparkle had returned to his gaze, proof that when the body receives what it's missing, it thanks you with vitality. Walnuts also help circulation, thanks to a natural compound called arginine. It relaxes blood vessels, ensuring that oxygen and nutrients reach every part of the brain and retina. Better blood flow means sharper thinking and brighter vision. For seniors dealing with high blood pressure or diabetes, this support can make all the difference. So when you enjoy those 2 or 3 walnut halves before bed, think of them as quiet carpenters, repairing, rebuilding, and rewiring your most vital systems as you sleep. Simple, natural, and profoundly effective. Now let's turn to something a little sweeter, the humble raisin. Most people think of it as just a dried grape, maybe a topping for cereal or dessert. But inside that tiny wrinkled skin lies a treasure chest of nutrients tailor-made for aging eyes and minds. Raisins are rich in antioxidants called polyphenols, as well as boron, iron, and small but steady amounts of natural sugar that provide a slow, gentle release of energy through the night. Think of antioxidants as the body's cleanup crew. Every day, your eyes and brain are bombarded by stress, pollution, light from screens, emotional strain. These create free radicals, unstable molecules that chip away at your cells like rust on metal. The polyphenols in raisins neutralize that rust, protecting the retina, the optic nerve, and the brain's communication network. It's nature's way of quietly wiping the fog off the window so you can see and think more clearly. Boron, a lesser-known mineral in raisins, plays an unsung role in cognitive health. It helps your brain process information faster and maintain steady focus. I once had a patient named Ellen, a 64-year-old artist, who'd started to lose confidence in her memory. "I used to remember every color in my palette," she told me, "but now I forget what shade I mixed just minutes ago." We added a small handful of raisins to her nightly routine, replacing her usual cookies. A month later, she said something remarkable. "I still forget sometimes, but I notice it less. I can follow my thoughts again." Her experience echoed what researchers have observed. Steady glucose from natural fruit sugars, combined with antioxidants and boron, supports stable mental energy and recall. For eye health, raisins are particularly special. They're loaded with phenolic compounds that protect the retina from oxidative stress, reducing the risk of age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in older adults. Iron in raisins supports hemoglobin, ensuring that oxygen reaches those delicate eye tissues. And unlike refined sugar, the sweetness in raisins is paired with fiber and nutrients, so it doesn't spike your blood sugar dramatically. In fact, for many seniors with mild diabetes, small, controlled portions of raisins make a satisfying, safer alternative to late-night sweets. The key is moderation. I often recommend 1 tablespoon, or a small handful, of raisins about half an hour before bed. Chew them slowly, mindfully, and let that gentle sweetness signal to your brain that it's time to wind down. As your body rests, the antioxidants go to work, healing, restoring, protecting. Many of my patients report waking up feeling clearer, with less morning fog. That's not a coincidence. When you nourish your eyes and brain overnight, you begin each day from a place of strength. So next time you crave something sweet at night, skip the biscuits or ice cream. Reach instead for the fruit that never spoils in spirit, the raisin. It's small, comforting, and quietly powerful, a natural ally in your journey towards sharper vision and a steadier mind. Now imagine what happens when these three dry fruits, almonds, walnuts, and raisins, come together. Each one has its own strength, but together they form what I like to call the night repair trio. It's a simple blend that works like nature's team of healers, restoring your eyes, brain, and sleep all at once. Here's how I suggest you do it. About 30 to 45 minutes before bedtime, prepare 5 to 6 soaked almonds, 2 to 3 walnut halves, and 1 tablespoon of raisins. Pair them with a small glass of water. As you chew slowly, you're feeding your body everything it needs for overnight repair. The almonds bring in vitamin E, the gentle guardian that protects your brain and retina from oxidation. The walnuts supply omega-3s and melatonin, which calm inflammation and guide you into deep, restorative sleep. The raisins deliver antioxidants and natural energy to keep your cells nourished while you rest. It's a perfect trio, each one supporting the other, like instruments in a quiet nighttime orchestra. While you dream, the nutrients circulate through your bloodstream, mending tiny cracks in your cells, soothing tired eyes and refreshing the mind. I've seen seniors who struggled with restless nights and cloudy mornings regain their spark simply by making this their evening habit. Take William, for instance, a 70-year-old gardener who told me his eyes felt gritty like sandpaper. After a month on this combination, he said, "Doctor, I can finally read the seed packets again without a magnifier." His joy was genuine, his results natural. That's the beauty of the Night Repair Trio. It's not a supplement, not a pill, just real food, working in harmony with your body's natural rhythm of healing and rest. Now, before you begin this bedtime ritual, remember that balance is key. More isn't better. Just a small handful of these dry fruits is enough. Too many can add unnecessary calories or digestive strain. Eat them about 30 to 45 minutes before bed, never right before lying down. If you have diabetes, enjoy smaller portions and always pair them with a glass of water. For those on blood thinners or managing blood pressure, almonds and walnuts can actually help, but still check with your doctor first. And above all, be consistent. The real results come not in days, but in weeks. Most evenings, we reach for whatever is closest. A few biscuits, some chips, maybe a slice of something sweet. It's comforting in the moment, but those foods quietly drain our energy, blur our vision, and disturb our sleep. Imagine instead ending your day with a Night Repair Trio. Every bite tells your body it's time to heal. Over time, this simple swap can bring brighter mornings, eyes that don't sting in the sunlight, a memory that recalls details effortlessly, and a calm energy that lasts. Sometimes health isn't about doing more. It's about replacing one small habit with a wiser one. Let me tell you about Rajesh, a 62-year-old accountant who came to me frustrated by fading vision and constant forgetfulness. "I can't even remember where I put my ledgers," he sighed. We started small, just the nightly mix of soaked almonds, walnuts, and raisins. At first, he doubted anything so simple could help. But by the 4th week, he noticed fewer mistakes at work and less eye strain under the desk lamp. 2 months later, he grinned and said, "Doctor, I feel like my mind woke up from a nap." Real food, real change. One bedtime habit at a time. Your body never stops trying to heal. You just have to give it what it needs. Almonds protect your nerves and eyes with their vitamin E shield. Walnuts feed your brain with omega-3s and peaceful sleep. Raisins sweeten the process with antioxidants that guard your sight and memory. Together, they form a quiet ritual of renewal, proof that health can begin with something as small as a handful of dry fruits. So tonight, make that choice. Begin your night repair trio and let nature do what it's always done. Restore, repair, and remind you that vitality has no age limit.